Ntsebeza supports second TRC that will focus on inequalities, and two-part Kobasa set alight by angry Ikangala protesters. I'm Lebo Changela with this news update. Former Truth and Reconciliation lead investigator Dumisa Ntsebeza says he would support a second TRC that would focus on what he calls the gross inequalities in the country. As South Africa commemorates Human Rights Day today, the country is also marking exactly 10 years since the TRC handed over its final report to then President Thabo Mbeki. Ntsebeza says businesses were left off the hook by government for failing to implement a recommendation on wealth tax, and the country would live to regret this.
My own view would be that it should be a TRC that should be an economic TRC. A TRC that is going to investigate and decide on how to address the group's inequalities in South Africa, even 18 years after the democratic governance, which is what we were intending to do when we said impose a wealth tax on the South, on companies that do business here.
Ntsebeza has also expressed dismay at delays in prosecuting those people who were denied amnesty by the TRC.
In 1996, certainly in 1998, there was a body of evidence that could have been used to prosecute if that was what the country had an appetite for. I have a sense that there is no appetite. There never was any appetite. Nobody was keen to prosecute these people.
Two-part Kobasas have been set alight by angry protesters at Nkangala near Bokonsspruit outside Pretoria. Tshwane Metro Police spokesperson Isaac Mahamba says a crowd of about 500 people barricaded the roads with various objects at Nkangala Stria and forced people out of the buses last night. It is reported that protesters were complaining about the high price of electricity and other service delivery-related issues. Mahamba says although no casualties were reported, police will continue to patrol the area to avert further outbreaks of violence and intimidation. The Passenger Rail Association says more than 120 billion rand has been made available for a 5-year program to assist women in business. Managing Director of PRASA, Bridget Gaza.
A great number of SOEs, state-owned enterprises, have engaged with women and spoken about the various opportunities. But I think if we have to be fair, we'd have to ask ourselves the questions. Out of all of those past interactions, how much did these women rise up to the occasion to respond to them? Because otherwise, if we stay at the despondency level, we will give a very unfair picture which says that SOEs have engagements like this and they are really meant to be talk shops and with no other greater progress going forward.